Hi Judy, thanks a million for inviting us along to your beautiful florist here in Balla, County Mayo. And I'm really delighted that you're going to tell us all about flowers and weddings and everything that has meant to you over the last 10 years. So you're 10 years in the industry, so how have things changed over the last 10 years?
Well, I suppose I'm 10 years older is the first thing. We would have opened here in 2004 and I suppose I was young and naive and had all these dreams in the pipeline. It was very easy to sell a bouquet back then. 2009, 2010, I suppose things did change, but I think that was a national and worldwide event. So we kind of found our little niche in the market, in the wedding trade, and we have developed a very, very good name. And we've had to move with the trends, and they have changed considerably from very much romantic and big blossoms, say back in 4, 5 and 6, to very much boho, kind of chic and vintage. So you'll find now it's all kind of natural looking from your garden, lots of signs, lots of lace, lots of burlap, lots of hessian. So yeah, it has really changed in 10 years.
So a lot of your brides now are living in Australia.
Yes.
So how do you cope with this?
It's great because here in business 10 years, yeah, through social media platforms you've developed a name. We won Irish National Florist of the Year in 2013, which definitely kind of put us out there, and we've built a trust with them. So how I do it is, I mean, girls can't afford to be flying home, you know, twice a year to meet a florist or meet a priest or whatever, so I use Skype all the time. So we'll arrange a Skype time. I would ask them beforehand to have their swatches ready. I'd have given them a bit of advice about flowers and a few things I needed to know before they Skyped me.
So what's a swatch?
A swatch would be the colour maybe of their bridesmaids' dresses, of their own dresses. That's the starting point really for florist, for colours and textures of materials and that, and then we would work from there with them. Yeah.
Generally, what's the biggest fear that a bride has when it comes to the flowers?
The florist. Can we do it? Are we able to do it? Will we be there? Will we be able to get the right colours? Will we turn up on time? Do we know what she's on about? You know, so really when she comes in, I would try to put her at ease very, very, very quickly. And I suppose, you know, the minute I start talking and the minute I look at her and the minute I look at flowers and that, she gets a sense of experience. So hopefully we can, you know, try and alleviate her fears somewhere.
And where do you get most of your flowers from?
Holland. Probably 80% from Holland, and now we try and source as much as we can from Ireland. That's seasonal, very seasonal, okay, usually in the summer. Like my parents were growers themselves years and years ago, but with heating and expense and that, we find that Holland really is the only safe mechanism for flowers. We have, you know, the whole virtual world, so I can actually go online. I actually virtually walk into a fridge in Holland. I pick out what I want there and then, and I basically order them.
Do the seasons matter when it comes to flowers anymore?
Massively. Seasons have a huge impact for us because, say for Christmas now, like the Christmas of 2010, I don't know whether you remember how cold it was, and it was -17. It was torture. I'm here to help, and I can say to a girl, look, that's not going to work, or this is going to work. We can get this, we can't get this. But I'm very straight with them from the very beginning, no.
So if somebody's on a budget, what is the biggest thing that will give the wow factor when it comes to the flowers?
For me, it's the bouquet. The bouquet is everything. It's what she holds in her hand. And as I say to her, you know, if that's not right, I wouldn't skimp on bridal flowers. I really, really wouldn't. I would have them as she wants them, but beautiful. And then we can work around everything. Churches can eat an awful lot into budget. You know, you can go a bit crazy in churches. But as I say to her, look, as long as you have the altar area, amazing. You know, you have very good video guys, very good cameramen. They can zoom in on these areas and make it look full.
Can you tell me about your different packages?
Packages aren't something I really do. When a girl comes in to me, I chat to her. What does she like? How many bridesmaids she has? How many buttonholes she requires? What church she's getting married? And then I create a package around her.
So your day is the days leading up to the wedding are very busy for you. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Well, say I had a wedding yesterday, for example, and how many times would I have met that bride? But I would have ordered her flowers last Sunday night online. You know, so normally I do that every Sunday night. Then all her flowers come in on a Wednesday morning. They all have to be cleaned and conditioned. We have to check that the quality is perfect. We have to check that everything is there. Then they're, as I said, they're conditioned. Then on a Thursday we'll start prepping. We'd start wiring all our leaves for all our buttonholes. There's 4 leaves that go on every buttonhole. They all have to be wired separately for each one. Then all her flowers will have to be prepped and cleaned. Then we put aside the flowers. We start making the bouquets first. We make the buttonholes then, and then we start on the church flowers, which normally takes the full day. Then everything is left here. Maybe the bride will come the evening before and she'll pick up her own flowers. It does save time the morning of the wedding for her because she won't have to wait on a florist to deliver. And then the morning of we'd have a 6 AM start. So we come in here, we just ensure everything is right, we pack the van, and then we travel. Then we might be delivering the flowers to her house, so we drop them off, and then we get to the church, and normally it takes, depending on, but the average is about 2 hours set up. And then we normally leave, and we may have to come back then afterwards and collect everything and tidy up and hoover, and so it's 2 days.
You've also been very much a trendsetter over the last 10 years, especially when it comes to social media. Can you take us through that adventure?
I just believe in networking. I suppose I grew up in a family business at home. I originally started on Bebo, and then Facebook came along. So I would have started on Facebook, made connections with an awful lot of people, started showing pictures, showing them what we do, because I mean at the end of the day I have a little shop here in Ball in County Mayo. I mean, how would I ever show the world like what we can do? You can put an ad in a paper or a picture in a paper, but I mean it's there for the day and it's gone, where social media is very consistent. Trend wise, over the last couple of years, I suppose now you have new platforms. You have Instagram, you have Pinterest, you have so many different vessels to use now.
What's your favourite song for a bride to walk down the aisle to?
Myself.
Or what did you walk down the aisle to?
You Raise Me Up. Love it. I love that song.
What's the most extravagant thing that you've seen?
Seen or made?
Both.
Yeah. Well, I made an arch once in Ballintubber, and it took 100 hydrangeas out of season. Ching ching. Peony roses were just coming out of season, and it was amazing.
You're married yourself, obviously,
yes.
So any little bits of advice?
A good marriage is, you'll have your ups and downs. It's not easy, guys, but you just have to communicate, and like everybody gets afraid, and there's good times and bad times, but if you communicate and respect each other, I think it's half the battle. And remember why you got married. Why did you want to get married? And always go back to that place. That's it.
Well, thank you very much, Judy. It's been brilliant talking to you.
And thanks a million, Sinead. Very good.